Showed him what happened. Best friend kind of like a bubble. No, but I'm just in a bubble.
I know you do. Here we can do one bubble.
Yeah! Maybe that will make the taco out of my hand.
Hey friends, how's it going? Welcome to a vlog. I haven't done one of these in a while, but it's been kind of a crazy week and I just felt like doing something a little bit chill, a little bit more casual and relaxed, if you will. Just came out here to water the garden. We just got back from church and I remembered I had watered the garden before we left, so just did that, watered our little flower patch that is starting to come in nicely. But I just wanted to do a really low-key video today. It's been kind of a hectic week. Beautiful weather though. And anyway, just bring you along because I do need to do a bit of a last-minute Target run. I've been trying not to shop at Target, I'll be honest with you, but it's like the one place that we get our diapers, which hopefully we won't have to do for very much longer because my hope is to potty train Zoe. My lunch alarm is going off. Hoping to potty train Zoe this summer, so hopefully we will be all done with diapers forever. But I've got to go get some. We literally have none left. We used them all today, so I have to do that. And then I'm kind of thinking of trying to sneak a quick little quick little shopping trip for some undergarments. I talked about this maybe on Instagram, but I'm kind of on a journey of getting some good bras. I haven't worn like a real bra in almost a decade, and now I don't really know where to start, but I think I have figured out my size, and I want to at least go try some stuff on just to see if it feels comfortable enough for every day. 'Cause I'm just kind of, as much as I love my, Old Navy bralettes, I think we need a little bit more support these days. I don't have to be like whipping them out to nurse anybody anymore, so I think I can go back to wearing something like a little bit more supportive. Anyway, I'm gonna do that and then just hang out at home today. Just chill little home vlog, and hopefully you enjoy it. I'm home. I was out for like 2 hours. I did my Target run. Dishwasher is running, you guys. I'm sorry. This is real life. This is not a set, okay? This is a house. While I was scouring my Target Circle deals, I also saw that I had like a 20% off coupon to Ulta at Target. And I need moisturizer, and I promised myself that I was going to buy some Ouai products, and so I wanted to take advantage of the 20% off while I could. My camera was dying. I had to fix it. So anyway, I was using my 20% discount, and I picked up 3 things. I have these 2 little Way minis. I have very fine hair, which I think surprises a lot of people because I have curly hair, therefore I have like some volume to my hair. But my hair is actually very fine. It just looks like I have more hair than I have. Random story, I had the worst haircut I ever had was because a gal thought that curly hair means thick hair. It does not. And she went in, I took off work. I was living in Davis at the time. I drove up to Loomis, which is like probably, I don't know, I would say maybe like close to an hour. She was also deep in Loomis. So it was probably like 45 minutes to an hour. I took off work to go get this haircut. I show up. My best friend at the time was like, I just got my haircut there and it was fine. I was like, okay. I think I told her I wanted layers. So I had my hair. This was early in my curly hair journey too, right? So she comes in and she like starts grabbing at my hair. I swear to God that she just went and then went to go grab the rest of my hair, and she was like, she literally said to me, "Oh, you have a lot less hair than I thought you would." I literally looked like a jellyfish. It was a jellyfish cut. It was like I had like one tiny layer here, and then she like blent. She was horrible. As if it wasn't bad enough that she cut my hair horribly, and I knew from the millisecond that she said, "Oh, you have a lot less hair than I thought you did." I knew, oh my God, she's ruining my hair. And the worst part about all of this is, number one, she charged me, which like, she provided a service. It was terrible, but I think she knew that it was a bad haircut and she still charged me. And then, you guys, I tipped her. I still tipped her. I knew that she gave me a bad haircut, and she knew that she gave me a bad haircut, and I still tipped her, like, pretty well. Oh my God, I obviously never went back. Anyway, I have fine hair. We'll see how this works in my hair. I don't know what scent profile these are. Oh, okay, I think I like this one. The thing I liked about Way is that they kind of smells like Menon. I feel like if you're Latin, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'll put a little picture here for the uninitiated. But if you grew up Latin, maybe, I don't know if any other cultures use this baby perfume, but it smells so good. And these kind of smell like it. That dishwasher is driving me nuts. I'm sorry. The other thing that I picked up in the Ulta section was the Ultra Repair Facial Moisturizer. Face moisturizer, not facial. I really like First Aid Beauty. I have their, like, the Ultra Repair Cream. It's something I've used as a moisturizer. I actually didn't realize that it was not a face moisturizer. It was a body moisturizer. Oh, dang it. I forgot a few things and I just realized it. I forgot to grab my Coco Kind body oil stick. It is my favorite like body moisturizer because it is mess free. It is easy to apply. Dang it. I've been so ashy lately and I don't have lotion. And now I still don't have lotion. Dang it. I also forgot I forgot the shampoo and conditioner that I was going to buy for my girls, but I guess I'll just have to go back to Target. I got 2 other things from Target. I got some more Native deodorant. Who cares about that? I've already shown you that I love Native. I told you I influenced myself. And then I've been really struggling with trying to find the right shade of brow product. I gravitate towards a warm tone of product, but the thing is, oh, that is ash gray. I don't know, man. I always feel like my brows end up looking really, really red on camera. And I don't feel like that's what it looks like in person, but then I get really stressed out that, like, what if I look like I have light red, strawberry blonde brows? I can't take it. So I'm gonna try out the ash brown color and we'll see. Then, 2 things. I went to Soma. Apparently Soma is having a $29 bra event. My sister recommended Soma to me. I've also, I think a few people recommended Soma to me. Oh no, my baby's crying. Hi. That was a bit of an abrupt end to our chat yesterday. I was gonna show you the bras that I bought from Soma, or at least like talk about them, but you know what? The TLDR of it is that I'm happy with them, and I think wireless is the way to go at this point in my bra journey. I did end up having to take my daughter to the ER yesterday. Last thing you heard was me going, oh my God, my baby's crying. And it turned out she was crying because she was playing on the swing with her brother. They were kind of spinning, and the spinning got too fast. And she fell off of the swing and fell and hurt her cheek, so hurt her eye mostly. We've never taken our kids to the ER. We've never really felt like we had to. But with her being so little and it being just like an eye face injury, I don't know, something just in me told me that we needed to go to the ER. So I spent 5 hours in the ER. It definitely meant that our very lovely, serene Sunday, it took a turn. Obviously I needed to like close this out. Part of me was like, do I even upload this? But I'll be honest with you, I don't know that I have another time to film this week. So, we're just gonna do a bit of a get unready with me while I finish my wine. And I'm gonna wash my face. I've been so bad about washing my face. I need to like wash it so that I can do my retinol, because this situation here, this needs some help, right? This needs some help. But overall, thankfully, my youngest is fine. She's recovering well. There's no fractures, just a bit of swelling, like a normal bit of swelling. And yeah, it just was a lot of waiting, a lot of actually carrying her. But I will say this, I have never been more thankful for my Scout carrier from Sakura Bloom. Not to like proper noun something, but holy cow, that carrier saved my life yesterday. All my daughter wanted was to be up and be carried, and there's no way I would have been able to do that for 5 hours without the help of that carrier. So I'm just saying, it's great for Disneyland, it's great for the emergency room. It is very pricey, but I mean, we have gotten our money's worth out of that carrier. So I would highly, highly recommend getting a backpack carrier of some sort. I've heard very good things about the Ergo. I've never used the Ergo, so I can't like personally recommend it, but I can personally recommend the Sakura Bloom Scout carrier. It's beautiful and it's very functional. So anyway, to the end of this thing. This is the face cleanser from First Aid Beauty. But I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna wash my face, and I'm also going to kind of cleanse. I'm gonna cleanse my face with one of these makeup erasers. I love these. You technically can use these without a cleanser, but I just want to use a cleanser because I did not wash my face yesterday. I did not wash my face today. Been so emotionally drained today. So I'm gonna do a little bit of skincare as a way to like carve out a little bit of space for myself. Only letting the water run because this faucet takes forever to warm up. Otherwise, I would be a very good Californian and I would not let my water just run and run and run and run like that. It's warm enough. Actually, the sound of running water usually gives me anxiety because I grew up, you just like did not leave the water running and you did not leave lights on unnecessarily. The last time I talked to you guys about makeup, I was telling you about how I just bought the brown tubing mascara from Tarte, actually, and I really like it. I love the length that it gives me, and I especially love that it is easy to remove. It like does not, it doesn't smudge, even though it's not a waterproof mascara. and it also like doesn't take too much to get off. I will tell you, I have pulled out some of my eyelashes on accident just because I haven't done it properly. I have a little bit of OCD, and so I tend to pick at things, and so it's actually very, like, I just got a piece. It's actually very satisfying for me to just be like sitting here kind of trying to pick out my mascara, but I know that's not good for me, so I try not to do it. But okay, there we go. There we go. There's all my makeup. Now it's the time between dinner and bed and bath time, so my kids are playing, and I'm sneaking this little time to do a little something for myself. Something is shaking because of the AC. I'm gonna take my Coco Kind eye cream, just put this on my eye, around my eye area, and it's very hot today, so we have the AC running, and then my kids are also jumping around, so it might sound like stuff is vibrating. My bad. I think I am gonna invest in a little microphone to make the sound quality better. I am like less than 200 hours away from being able to monetize my videos, which, maybe is a bad thing for people to hear. But the money that I would earn from monetizing videos is money that I would really honestly just invest back into YouTube. I would love to get a little microphone so that the sound quality is better. My camera is quite old. If I could upgrade to like a mirrorless or like one of those Sony vlogging cameras, I think I might. You're not supposed to rub your eyes like that, okay? Don't copy me. I'm just showing you how I do this as a person who doesn't actually usually do this. Have I shown you this? This is the Coco Kind Baby Retinol. I feel like I could have just jumped into a regular retinol, but I bought this, so this is what we're doing. But something I wanted to chat about is the TV that I've been watching. Why did I put that mostly on my cheeks? I needed it mostly on my forehead. Oh, I put a little bit more than we usually do. Yeah, we just finished Andor, was it yesterday? So if you haven't watched Andor, what are you doing? You're missing out. I'm not an avid Star Wars fan. I really enjoy the universe. I love the story. I think they're fun movies. I love going to Galaxy's Edge and Disneyland. All of that stuff is super fun. Andor is an excellent show. I don't even think that you have to super be into Star Wars to enjoy the show, but it's so good. It's essentially the way that I've described the first season is like, imagine it's a heist movie, but as a TV show. Season 2, somehow they like really managed to build tension in just such a really beautiful way. It's written well. I don't know how they make me care about so many characters, but I do. I care about like every character, even the villains. I'm like interested in to see how their story turns out. Some people are just antagonists and some people are true villains. But seriously, if you have not watched Andor, you have to. You have to. Because we're on the subject of TV, I feel like I have to tell you that I love TV. I love watching it. It's an art form that I just really, really enjoy. I just put this Laneige sleeping mask on my lips because my lips are always so dry because I'm perpetually dehydrated. And I'm gonna take this Lash and Brow Serum from The Ordinary. I'm just gonna stick it on my very sparse brows. But we've been watching Survivor, which I really enjoy. And if you don't love the new season, I highly suggest watching, I believe it's season 8, which is the first all-star season. It's a season with Boston Rob and Amber. And if you don't know what that means, I think you should watch it because it is probably going to be very enjoyable. I'm loving watching Survivor. What else? Oh, we just watched not just, maybe a month ago or so, the Try Not to Laugh. Is that what it's called? If you've ever watched, this is gonna be a poll. If you've ever watched like British Channel 4 comedy shows, like game shows, something like the Would I Lie to Yous or the Big Fat Quiz, then you'll be familiar with Jimmy Carr probably. He's the presenter, not the host, the presenter. And he has a show through Amazon Prime called like Try Not to Laugh with a bunch of like his friends essentially. And it's very funny. The premise is literally a bunch of comedians are put into a room for I think 12 hours or something like that, maybe 6. They basically just have to try not to laugh, and they get, it's like soccer rules, so you get like a yellow card and then a red card. And anyway, it's very funny. It was very enjoyable, very light watching, which, you know, sometimes you need like an Andor, you need some like, you know, what do they call it? Oh, what do they call it? It's not Legacy. What is it called? Like a Game of Thrones, or like a Severance, like this, it's not premiere, it's premiere? No, I don't know. I can't think of the word. Sometimes you need that, and sometimes you just need to watch comedians try to make each other laugh. And related to that, when my husband was traveling last week, I ended up watching a few episodes of Stacey and Clinton's new show called Wear Whatever the F You Want, and as a diehard What Not to Wear fan, I love this show. I feel like it is the perfect thing for them to kind of like reboot, if that makes sense, because like What Not to Wear doesn't, like, that concept doesn't age really well. And like, as much as I loved it, here's how much I loved it. Okay, I had a really close friend in high school, and I would call him Clinton and he would call me Stacy, and we would walk around at lunch sometimes and we'd just like go around giving fashion advice, aka just like judging people's fashion choices. And then I wonder why nobody liked me in high school. It's bath time. Can you hear the water turn on? We were huge What Not to Wear fans. I think I've seen every episode. And it's just so funny because like, looking back at it, they really were just like teaching everyone to look like they worked at an office. But what I really like is that they have come back to each other and to this kind of similar makeover format where they essentially are like, what do you want to wear? What in your wildest dreams? What's the vibe? And then they kind of like do it to the point where it's almost a costume. It really toes the line between being a costume and being an outfit. You know, the dream aesthetic, they pull it back so that it's grounded in reality in their actual lifestyle. So I find that so brilliant, because a thing that I really think is important when you're buying clothes, it's really easy to look around and be like, oh, I need this piece, that piece, this piece, that piece, because these are the things that are trending. To use me as an example, I'm really drawn to this like coastal fisherman aesthetic, right? And so there could be an argument for me to like go get a sweater with a lobster on it, maybe like Sperry's, like a boat shoe, because that's the vibe, right? That's what you're going for. And so you're trying to like hit these pieces in order to get a vibe. All three of those things are things that like I could buy, and then I could be like, look at my super fisherman aesthetic closet. If when I put those clothes on, if those clothes don't make me feel more like myself, then they're not the right clothes. While I think it can be really helpful to have this kind of like aesthetic as like a guide, you know, we have these like keywords that you can put into Pinterest or whatever. It can be really helpful to have that. But at the same time, we can't get too bogged down in trying to execute the perfect Parisian wardrobe or the perfect fisherman aesthetic wardrobe. Or the episode I really, really enjoyed, I think, is episode 3. It's like the punk rock god wardrobe, and it's a man who always wanted to embody this like punk rock front man. It's very interesting how like you see him and he looks great in his outfit. Personal style isn't just like when you have an event. to dress up for. Personal style is like what you do in your everyday. That's my very long-winded way of saying I'm really enjoying watching them be like, okay, here's how, like, if we were styling you for like a photo shoot, this is how we would style you. And then like, how do we pull that back so that it's like you have the essence and the vibe of this thing up here, but accessible to your everyday. So I've moved us back into my room because it's getting a little loud in the bathroom because you can hear the like water moving through the pipes. Also, it's golden hour right now. I don't know if you can tell by the beautiful lighting, but the last thing I'm gonna do, I am just gonna go in and moisturize with my new First Aid Beauty moisturizer. I've never used this packaging, so let's see. Ooh, okay, 1 pump, 2? Oh my God. I'm like finishing up with my skincare routine and I was talking about TV, but I've also been listening to audiobooks. Don't come for me if you feel like audiobooks aren't a real thing, but I'm sorry, I cannot just sit and read. I have 3 children who constantly need me, so having the book in my ears is incredibly helpful, especially because there's only so many podcasts that you can listen to. So I have to tell you, oops. Okay, so I have to tell you about the last few books that I've read. Number 1, I listened to, you can parse the words out if you'd like, God of the Woods. Excellent book. I was all in. I wanted to know what happened. I was curious about all of the characters and their points of view. It's a bit of a slow burn. It's a slow burn. It's not like things are actively happening, if that makes sense, but it does a really good job building tension. Like, I got back into audiobooks and reading, maybe I won't call it reading, but I got back into books, honestly, through the ACOTAR series. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and it got me back. It was kind of like a gateway into me enjoying being in another world and enjoying getting to know some characters. After I finished ACOTAR, like the whole ACOTAR series, I was kind of prepping to go see my favorite podcast, which is Celebrity Memoir Book Club. Truly my favorite podcast. It's a Patreon that I subscribe to, and I anticipate every single week. I love it so much. And I was gonna go to a live show, and they were doing kind of like, they were pitting memoirs against each other. So they were putting Will Smith's memoir up against Matthew McConaughey's memoir. And so I was listening to Will Smith's memoir on Spotify, ran out of hours on Spotify, and ended up just looking up the memoir on Libby. I was like, how many people could possibly be wanting to listen to Will Smith's memoir from the library, you know? And thankfully no one had it at the time. So I checked it out, and I thoroughly enjoyed listening to Will Smith, you know, kind of telling me his life story. I found the audiobook really interesting because it integrates music, his music, and as well as like his storytelling. And yeah, overall very interesting book. He's an odd fellow. He's a really odd fellow. A similarly odd fellow was then Matthew McConaughey, and I unfortunately could not get his book through Libby, and it was not on Spotify, so it was only available through Audible. So I signed up for a free trial, truly just so I could listen to Green Lights on Audible. That book, I loved that book. I placed a hold for the audiobook, thinking like maybe on the off chance I'll get it before the show. I haven't. I'm still on the queue. But I think I'm gonna re-listen to it. I loved Matthew McConaughey's memoir. He's such an interesting guy, and I love his disposition. Let me put it that way. His disposition is, he's not low-key. He's not a low-key person at all, but he is a person who likes to have fun and who doesn't take himself too seriously. I loved those memoirs. After those memoirs, I read God of the Woods, or I listened to God of the Woods. After that, I listened to a book called One by One, and that is like a murder mystery thriller situation. It's like a crime novel where, you know, people are getting picked off and you're trying to figure out who did it or why this happened. And I gotta tell you, I hated that main character, and I hated that narrator. That narrator, with all due respect, sounded like a brand new actress. Sounded like the best actress at your local church. That was so mean. I don't mean it to be that mean, but I didn't like it, and I finished the story because I needed to finish the story, but I was not rooting for that main character. I hated that main character so much. And overall, not my favorite book, but then after I blew through that in a few days or a week or whatever, I then started listening to Remarkably Bright Creatures, and I finished it today. You guys, I was crying. I was legit crying at the end of this book. What a beautiful book. What a beautiful story. God of the Woods, One by One, and Remarkably Bright Creatures are all books that take the point of view of different characters, and I think it's really effective in Remarkably Bright Creatures and in God of the Woods. Overall, if you haven't read Remarkably Bright Creatures, highly recommend. And it's really, really well done. The narrator performs it beautifully. You know, she doesn't just drop her voice when it's a guy. She, like, there's attitude, there's perspective there. It's so good. That's what I've been watching. That's what I've been reading. I've done my skincare. I feel very rejuvenated. And now I've talked your ear off all over again, huh? I think bath time's coming to a close here soon, so I gotta wrap this up. Thank you for hanging out with me. You know, yesterday took a turn, but every day is a new day, and today was a pretty decent day. So let me know what show or book you've watched or read recently. I'd love to hear. I'm kind of in the market for another novel, so if you have a recommendation, please let me know. I would love to hear them, especially if you're an audiobook listener, because if it's a good audiobook, I mean, if it's a good story, it's a good story, you know what I mean? But if it's a good audiobook, I would definitely love a rec. So yeah, thanks in advance. Thanks for hanging, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.